On this video, I'm going to be explaining exactly how I clear out my eBay inventory. I'm going to be showing you step by step how I do it so that I can get rid of it, even if it's just for a little more than I paid, get it out of the garage and into a buyer's home. Let's be real, the name of the game as a reseller is to move it. And I'm learning more and more, the quicker I can get rid of something, the better it is for me. Get that cash back, get a little bit of profit, and move on to the next item. Cash flow is important. But if you're watching this video, I'm guessing you're like me, you've got some stuff that's been sitting around a while, it's not moving, maybe you've tried a few things and they don't seem to be working. So I'm gonna show you my step-by-step technique. And as always, there are gonna be different ways to do things. This is just one of those ways that I've been doing and it seemed to be working for me. I'm going to be explaining two different ways that I clear out my stale inventory, and this first one is using the eBay store categories. This tiered approach will discount the oldest items the most and the most recent items the least. If you have an eBay store already, you know that you can create different categories to help the buyer find your item. I'm a full-time clothing seller, so I've already created things like men's shirts, men's pants, women's shoes, men's jackets, kids' clothing, so that that buyer can look across my store and find what they're looking for. And if you've already got a store, you're probably already utilizing the store categories. So as I mentioned in my store, I've got different categories. And as I'm listing items, I'm throwing those items into my store categories. Let's say I'm listing this men's shirt. When you look in the listing, eBay's going to give you two store categories that you can possibly put each item into. And I've been using the first store category for so long and leaving the second one blank. So for this shirt, I'd put it into the men's shirt bucket. But with this approach, I've started using that second store category that eBay gives me for my sale. So let's pull back just a little bit. Looking at my store, I've got all of my categories, men's shirts, men's shoes, women's tops, things like that. I don't need to do anything to change those. All I did was add a few more categories. So I have 5 different buckets that I've created, 5 different store categories. And those are 2019 to 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, and the year we're in now, 2025. That 2019 to 2021 bucket doesn't have a lot of inventory in it, but that's my oldest inventory. So if we return back to the shirt example, when I'm listing the shirt, I'm going to throw it into the men's shirt bucket. And then my second store category, I'll put in the year that I'm listing it, 2025. So it's in the men's shirt store category, and it's also in the 2025 store category. So as you can see quickly, my listings are getting sorted into item-specific categories and the year that I listed that item. Now the secret sauce. On Monday morning of each week, I go through my whole inventory and start creating sales for the next week. And I have those sales set to end late Sunday night or early Monday morning when people are looking at those items the most. So I'm going to create discounts based on the age of the inventory. So as you may have guessed, the 2019 to 2021 bucket is going to get a heavier, steeper discount than, say, an item I just listed in 2024, a more recent time. So for the 2019 to 2021 bucket, I've been doing 40 to 45% off. For the 2022 bucket, I've been doing 30 to 35% off. For 2023, 20 to 25, and then so on and so forth. The great thing about this approach is you can change the discount anytime you want, week by week, or however often you're going to run sales. So if those items in the oldest bucket, the 2019 to 2021 bucket, are still sitting around weeks from now, I may consider doing a steeper discount from 40 to 50 or 60% just to get it out. You can change it however you'd like. So here in just a sec, I'll show you exactly how I create those categories and how I create the markdown sale. But there's also a second thing to add on to this approach that has helped me get sales on older inventory. And that's using a tool that is going to automatically relist stale inventory so that it pops up as a new listing on eBay or other platforms that you could be selling on. If you're not familiar with it already, Nifty is the tool that I use to cross-list all my items onto multiple platforms, and it also functions as an automation tool. It will delist and relist your items on those platforms. It will share your closet on Poshmark. It will automatically take down sales from all the other platforms so you don't have to worry about a duplicate sale, and so much more. If you'd like to check out Nifty and save 15% on your first month, I'll link it in the video description below. It will take you there and you can at least try it out for yourself for free and see if you really like it. You'll see how easy it is to use. In just a few clicks, I can bring in all of my eBay inventory and get it out to other platforms, literally seconds. It's amazing, and I've been using this tool for a few years now and getting the benefits of what it offers. Okay, enough about Nifty. I'll link it down below if you're interested. Now let me show you exactly how I create these categories and create the sale. So from your eBay Seller Hub, you're going to go to Store and click on Store Categories. You'll see all the store categories that I mentioned I have in my store. And down at the bottom, you'll also find the 5 store categories that I created that will show the age of the inventory, 2019 all the way up to 2025. If you want to add a store category, it's very simple. You'll just click this button and you'll title it however you want to title it. Now keep in mind here, I've done it based on the year, but you can change this to whatever you want. Maybe for you, a year is too broad of a category and you want to break it down into quarters. You could do Q1 2025, Q2 2025, and so on and so forth based on the year and the quarter. But for this example, I'm just going to create 2026 like it's the next year and move on, and it throws in that category. So I've already sorted all of my inventory into the year buckets for the sale. But if you're watching this, you haven't done that yet. So you'll want to go ahead and do that. Based on how you're doing things, this part could be a little trickier because you've got to identify how old is my inventory. I use a spreadsheet that tells me the day that I listed it. I also put in the custom SKU field of each listing the day that I listed it. So I have 2 places telling me how old an item is. It was easy for me to quickly sort and throw those into the appropriate buckets. You'll have to figure out the age of your inventory. That's not something that I can tell you on this video. But once you do that, it's very simple to go ahead and move these to the buckets that you need to. So let's just take these 3 right here. Let's pretend that these are all from 2020. I'm going to click on those 3, click edit selected. So once you've gotten here, you're going to select all and click the bulk edit button, and you're going to go down to category. The item category is the category that you listed it onto eBay. So you're not going to change that. You're going to go down to store category. Now the primary category, again, if you're following my method, is the one that I've chosen, men's shirt, men's shoes, etc. I'm not going to change that one either. I'm going to go down to the second category, the one that for most of my listings before I was doing this was blank. And I'm going to change to the year that it needs to be. So if all of the 3 items that I just selected are 2020, I'm going to throw it into that 2019 to 2021 bucket. Then I'm going to hit apply. It's going to go ahead and change all of those listings, and then I'm going to click submit. I obviously don't want to do this because I've already got mine filtered out. So based on your inventory, that's how you'll go ahead and apply those listings to each year that it was listed in. Then once you get all of your inventory filled into those buckets, you can start running the sales. So that's a great segue into how do we run those sales. It's not Monday morning, but let's just pretend it is. I want to run a sale, or whatever day you're going to start your sale on. Maybe you do a Friday to Sunday sale. It's just 2 days. However you do it, let's pretend that we're starting a sale now. We're going to click marketing. I'm going to click create discount and sale event. Now it's going to take you to this screen and you'll see percentage off. I'm going to start with that bucket that's my oldest, 2019 to 2021. Let's just say I want to do 50% off. So I'm going to put the value 50% off each item. I'm going to leave those 2 checked. We'll leave this alone too. This is the start date and then start now. And then I'm going to select when I would like this sale to end. Again, for me right now, it's Thursday. So let's pretend I'm going to select the following Monday, the 26th at 2 a.m. Pacific time. I always have mine ending Monday morning late because you never know, you get those people who stay up late and maybe they're buying stuff. Now for the details down below at the bottom, this is the title, as you can see, that the buyer can't see. This is more for your internal records. I'm going to change this to the age of the inventory, so 2019 to 2021. Now we need to select all the inventory to discount. So I'm going to select rule-based. I'm going to click on all inventory and actually select store categories and then add categories. I can come down here to the bottom, find my actual inventory that I want to discount by 50%. Click add categories and you'll notice it drops it in right here. Of course, if you need to change it, you can always remove it and start over if you selected the wrong category. So you've got all of your sale ready to go. You've got the percentage off, the start and end time, you've labeled it, and you've added that bucket, the store category of 2019 to 2021, or whatever your oldest inventory is. And then you're gonna click launch, and that will automatically go through and discount all of those items for that time at that specific discount. And going back, you can see what I'm currently running right now on my sale. I've got the 4 year buckets with the sale running. Now, the great thing when this sale ends, you'll want to restart a new sale for the following week or however you choose to do it. You can quickly come in here, select that specific sale with that specific inventory, click copy, and it will copy over a lot of the same details so that you can just quickly fill it out and move on. So that's how you'll create the store categories, move all of your inventory into those specific year buckets, and then create the sale. Now, the one thing that I forgot to tell you is that when you go to create new listings, you'll just go ahead and slide that into the store category bucket that you need to for the age of the inventory. So for example, let's take that shirt at the beginning. I'm listing that now in 2025. My first store category will be men's shirts. The second store category will be 2025, and that will automatically throw that into that year's bucket. All right, that's how I clear out my old inventory. I hope that helps you. And of course, if you have any questions whatsoever, please reach out and I'd be happy to help in any way that I can. If you found this video helpful and you're looking for more tips for your online reselling business, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much, and until the next video, happy reselling.